And the next picture is we are back on the top floor. Do some close-up views. Yeah, and you can see the big phaser strips. You can see, I'm assuming, no, that's not a phaser strip at the front. That's something else. So like it's just stripping. It's just
looks like grilling of some kind. Yeah,
it's cool.
It is.
But look how much empty space there is in this hull. I mean, I say empty. Oh,
And I'm noticing too where the bridge module is, assuming it is, it's back further where I thought on the schematic where the engineering room was. Perhaps that was the bridge, and they got like a center console that is not a warp core. Looked like it in the thing, but it could be a main center console everyone gathers around, like much like a submarine. That would be kind of neat to have a new bridge design as well.
Well, it's a new style of ship. It makes sense to do that, but it is very, very far back. It makes the whole thing feel stretched, just sort of, pulled apart. Although if you look at either side of Epic, the registry number, there's these plate, and it's basically between the two levels of escape pods. There's distinct plates that you can see. It's distinctly carved out. Does that not say to you that it ejects and there's something functional there? Because it feels like the empty space is there for a reason. Because it's just empty space,
Yes. I would not have thought of that until you said it. So
it's just so empty. That there must be functional. There must be something functionally happening there.
Yeah. Although what that could be, I have no idea. Well, if we go to the next picture, though, it's a close-up of the secondary deflector. Again, that's very reminiscent of the Voyager one, with the way it's inset like that, and the gold detailing there. But yeah, it's got like a strip above it. It's not a phaser strip, it's something different. Maybe a polaron beam emitter. Just one, I don't know. Something.
Yes. And it's got the same sort of greeblies on the rim, like the Voyager has, and those two yellow strips above the deflector. A lot of Voyager-esque elements to this, which I really like. I mean, Voyager's a beautiful ship, and a lot of the details are really, really nice. And the next picture is a close-up on the bridge module. You can see scaling based on this side window in the escape pod, so it's like deck 1 and then quite a decently sized deck 2 and up. Quite a few rooms. Presumably they've got the observation lounge and some other rooms. I know there is one at the back, like the Enterprise D has.
Yeah.
But it's almost like tactical control room. Like it's a more of a operations center rather than here is the bridge dome. Look at the bridge dome. Please don't shoot it.
And I take back everything I said about the escape pods, because if you look along the spine, look how many escape pods are on the spine of this ship.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Maybe they're less than 6-person escape pods. That's why there's so many. I don't know.
Well, that's just where most people are.
Yeah, could be.
Like we're all crew. I don't know. But it's cool. It's very minimalist. This bridge module, very, very minimalist.
Yes. All right. So next picture we'll go into is a shot of the back bridge module and spine and impulse engines.
Oof.
I like this configuration.
Yeah.
Here again, I get. We say this quite often talking about Starfleet ships. It's got a very aquatic sea life kind of vibe. This is almost like a horseshoe crab shell from the back, but I like it. I can see where you can see the separation, not the plane, but where the saucer detaches from, and how it's just resting on that other part. I mean, I love it. Although it's got a kind of a Cardassian vibe as far as the shape goes when it's not attached to the secondary hull, I think.
Yeah, I can see that. It's interesting that they've gone for lots of smaller impulse drives than the Enterprise E they are big source-mounted ones. The Intrepid obviously very different. They've got those very small ones in the struts. But these ones, it's not so minimal, but I love this angle. This angle really, it shows that they're breaking away from the aesthetics to add a functional difference. We want to have 4 micro high-purpose impulse drives that can all be activated at different times and maybe supercharged, and redundancies and all these extra things. No, I really like it.
Yeah, and the ones, and they're all fairly protected. I mean,
yeah.
So yeah, if you could get one damage, you probably have another one that's fine. So again, lots of redundancies there. So,
But the next picture is the dedicated shot of the engines, and you can see now on the right the teeny weeny, absolutely tiddly red facade things. I mean, okay. Well, what do you think, Stu, about? I mean, there's now big swaths of silver armor on front of the engines.
yeah.
Wow. What do you think about losing the base of the facade collectors, as a visual, anyway?
It's not something I would have done. I would have found a way to incorporate at least a red strip, or something at the front there. It speaks to me that there's new technology going on where, I mean, we talked about this with the Enterprise E as well, the Sovereign class, how it's kind of got like it's a split Bizarre collector, so it's collecting particles perhaps from the side. Same thing here, maybe. But yeah, it's interesting idea to take that away from a Federation ship, because that's something that's very standard.
Yeah.
But there's still enough of a visual hint there that a lot of people wouldn't even think about it. They just go, "Oh, okay, cool."
Although, is it just me? Now, the nacelle part is still a classic blue and red grills, right? But if you look at the way of the front structure, you've got, well, they're kind of encased in this black component, and then separate from that, which is what we said previously, there's an aft component added, there's all this white grilling, or all this white armor. Is the nacelle part, the black bit, which houses the warp grill and the red bit, is everything else separately functional? Because, I mean, look at the shapes. There's grooves in the middle, they're split. I mean, they're not part of the nacelle configuration, because we can see that it's really far back. I mean, that's why you have a facade and then it's all grills, but this is so much more minimized. It feels like a piece has been slapped into another component, like a housing. What do you think?
I mean, that makes sense, but at the same time, what would that be? What would be the purpose? Is there an operational purpose for those front parts?
My gut says it might be, as we potentially mentioned earlier, deuterium storage. Like, these are massive tanks, both at the front and the back, so you don't need to take in matter. This can look at these massive mission profiles. Everything is internal to the ship.
That seems dangerous to me. That seems like a total weak spot and a bad design element. I mean, the deuterium tanks on the D were, in the secondary hull, they were kind of protected. You wouldn't think naturally to shoot there.
Yeah, it's true.
This is just like a big gasoline tank ready to be blown up, if that's the case.
I'm spitballing, but the shapes feel different, and details feel like it's a separate component added in.
Yeah, I don't know if they detach. It doesn't look like it, but I'm just trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
But they look cool. That's
they
for
do.
Sure. Next shot is the back again. You get to see the shuttle bay. I love the way it's lit up there with the landing pad areas.
Yeah, I showed these to Tobias and get some little notes on the light rig. So it's 2 distinct lights, not one. They're further apart. Does his note to me.
And like with a lot of Starfleet ships, we see there's kind of like an observation deck. Only this one's below to monitor the shuttles coming in. On the TOS one, it's above, and a few other ones we've looked at, there's like this room above. So I like that it's below on this one. If that is what it is, I would assume so.
Yeah. I really love that, and we say this about a lot of ships. Every ship has a different feel from different angles, and this one angle, it feels as if the nacelles are going to be standard. There's a secondary hull. It looks, the way the impulse drives are now at different angles and not integrated and integrated in different ways, has a really, really amazing look from this view.
Yeah.
So kudos to that. But also I see that, unlike most Shuttlebays, they're just sort of, here they are. This has got distinct plating that follows it out and goes further down. It's kind of like housing to protect shuttles, but also kind of aggressively. It's an interesting choice.
Yeah, it's very not standard Federation design for that, for sure.
Yeah. But Stuart, now we get into the most unique portion of the ship we've been thinking about. This next picture is this sort of secondary hull, but not really torpedo module. And there's actually a lot of detail here. This is a very, very high detail part of the ship. Two sets of 2 tubes, so 4 straight away. Another deflector, what looks to be two mini shuttle bay doors, maybe, and escape pod hatches, and impulse drives.
I don't think those are escape pod hatches. I think those are docking ports.
For like the motion picture thing, you can
for like the travel pods. Yeah,
they're cargo bay doors, aren't they?
Yeah,
with second level travel bay travel. Yeah,
and I would assume. I think it's very cool. I love the addition of the impulse engines there, and I would assume that those, if you look, there's doors on the side, and they're very reminiscent of the inside of the shuttle bay on the Constitution class refit.
Well,
I think
that's
that's
the
where
next picture, Stuart. We have even more of a close up.
Oh, and I think they're numbered, so I think that's where the work bees would be located. Because they're the perfect.
That's incredible.
They're the work bee docking or garage bays. So the pilots get in from the front, door goes up, and they can go do their thing. That's very cool, very interesting. This is how the bottom of the Excelsior should look. That cutout at the bottom.
You mean a bit more functional looking rather than just stuff?
Yeah.
Well, this is very similar actually to what the TMP ship looked in the internal spaces, as you're right. So to see it just exposed is really confident in the ship, but also it is very recessed. I mean, and it's also defended by torpedo launchers, right there. But yeah, no, absolutely, it's got work bees, it's got everything just right there. It's almost as if this ship is designed to come into a battle. The top view is all armor, is all weapons, after torpedoes to defend it, and then to send out, to stay docked near a ship, to send out work bees and repair crews and things, and the shuttle bay being bigger on top as well. It's kind of like maybe it's a fleet ship designed for specific purposes in fleet.
Well, I think you were more right with those being cargo doors, and the work bees can be used to load cargo as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
brilliant,
very very cool.
And the next picture is a close up of the front of those torpedo launchers. They are single tube.
Yeah,
it says with single tube, and just very 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 minimal actually, very neatly minimal.
Yeah, not much to say. They look very similar to like the phaser rifle scopes. You turn them upside down.
I think they're referencing the New Orleans torpedo pods. That's sort of their design.
Yeah. Ooh, next one is a really detailed MSD.
Yeah. And it even answers some questions. So let's take some. I'm assuming this is an official one, given how much absolute beautiful detail this is. Where do we go from here?
Okay, so the bridge module.
Yep.
It looks like a standard bridge module, but it is nestled near the back there, so that is the bridge module.
It's also quite small.
Yeah. Some observation lounge behind that.
Oh, Stuart, look, just underneath the main deflector, there's a work bee hangar.
Nice.
That's different. But hey, I mean, why not? Why wouldn't you have work bees everywhere? And the main shuttle bay, yep, 2 floored, a lot of shuttles, all the different, or even the old little bays. So the bits underneath the nacelle we were wondering about are, in fact, field aspect compensators. So warp units to help with warp field. And in fact, Stuart, those red bits at the back of the engines are not going backwards basards. They're impulse engines.
That's cool.
And there's impulse reactor maintenance with a couple of things I'm assuming beam into. So yeah, it's got inbuilt impulse engines to the back. That's I said there was new functions, didn't I, Stuart?
You did, yes. Yes.
Interesting. Huh. Cool.
I love how the cutaways on all these MSDs, when you go to the back of the nacelle, it's always the standard TOS Connie rear end, just nestled in a new housing.
Well, when something's not broken and the design works perfectly well and looks futuristic still, and you've explained it, you shouldn't change it.
Yeah. Big thing at the back of the nacelle that I thought was maybe deuterium storage is a field aspect compensator.
Yes.
I love how there's an impulse reactor maintenance room right behind that. A little room with tables. Who wants to sit in the back of the nacelle for their shift?
Because lols. And also, the thing above it is a nacelle shield generator. So yeah, all the functional space that they're adding. I'm right, the coils of this small segment in the middle. Everything else is impulse, stabilizers, and shields. So you bulk out the engines. You had more functional. I'm sure that'll do massive things to the shield bubble.
Mm.
Wow. That's cool. Yeah. Oh, a ship that has lots of thought put into it. How we love thee. Okay, well, I think that closes out for that one. So the next picture is the first my render. Very happy to be given this ship by both Trekyards and Tobias to work on it, and sorry it took so long to put it together, but this is a conversion process. But yeah, very unique ship. One of the sort of classical fan design ones that I've been seeing floating around for years now, and great to see all these amazing views of it.
Yeah.
We have information. We have this whole document that I have skimmed but a while ago. I'm sure you are excited to actually learn everything about. We'll do a full episode. I'll do new animations and things of the ship, so we'll see it all its double glory. But a great first look. It's a really different ship.
I love my final thoughts. I love the unique approach to design.
Yeah.
It's very visually still Federation, but so different in so many aspects, and I think that's simply fantastic. Personally, this is a great. I think it's a great ship. I would love to see a TOS version of this ship, and I think that'd be easily done. I think so. But
That's
anyway,
interesting.
There's a challenge. There's a challenge to SACWest there. But yeah, this is great. I don't know what else to say about it.
I will say, I'll be honest about something though. I was not the biggest fan of this ship.
Really?
Just design wise, because I never analysed it. When we do this show, we have to look at all fine details. We have to appreciate it for what it is. Like when we started this, Pild requested this ship because obviously we opened up the floodgates to request a ship, and I was like, but looking at, there's so many amazing details. Like it sells you on the little things when you understand that it's a ship that feels real. We can analyze this like it's a real Trek ship. That says something. That in itself brings it higher in my esteem. So, yeah.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
There you go.
Overall, great ship, and I'm looking forward to doing the full episode on it and learning more about it and teaching you guys about it as well, and seeing more animations. I want to see some animations of this thing in motion. But anyway, guys, hope you liked the video. Please click the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification button, bell icon, so you get notified every time we upload, because we always got great stuff coming out and lots to talk about. And we love doing it, so it makes it better for you guys if we actually love what we do. So, and we do. But you can help us to continue that love and continue doing what we just love to do. I keep saying that, love it. We love it. What do we do? How do we do it?
We love ships.
How can they help us to spread the love, as it were?
Well, they can spread the episodes. They can share them. They can post them. They can repost them. All that great stuff, so that other fans can learn about Trekyards and all these amazing ships. Because we're here to also represent the designs of people. We're here to give a commentary about other people's amazing work. We want to get that out there as well. And you can support us financially, because this is my full-time job. This is Stuart's part-time job, but we put a lot of extra time beyond those. I work weekends and love, always the love, #love, #Enigma love. And you can support us either on Patreon, which is a monthly donation service. It's like a Netflix or a Hulu. You'll get all the content free anyway, but to support us, we can actually do more and more. Or a one-time donation at trekyards.com. Click that big donate button. There'll be all those amazing fans that give us, $10, $15. In fact, we've got $15 a day, which is great to get something this week. Give what you can. It'll all go into our sort of funding and expenses account, so we can buy some new kit or whatever, and we've got something to help us on the rainy days as well. So thanks so much in advance. Please do, and thank you.
That's right. And until next time, guys, I'm Captain Foley.
I'm Connor Combs.
We are Team Trekyards, and come back, because we got lots of great stuff.
We do.
Bye, guys.